set up your stuff here.
Yeah, I'm actually done now.
That's okay. Too little, too late.
Oh, that's okay. So last time I had put it under there and it had it cut out a lot. So I think it was interference, like a roof. And I'm hoping there's not going to be interference because of metal. You know, I'm learning how stuff interferes with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can put it up under it completely. That's an option too, but I don't know if maybe that metal will be a problem. This worked already this morning, and that's wet, so we're going to go with this. The volume was a little low. Hi. Alright, so I'm going to just show them around real quick. Or actually, you can show them around if you want. Just kind of take him around the whole perimeters of everything and let him look at the barrels if he wants to, let him look at anything he wants to, and give him kind of the freedom to, you know, you can even do it like you're doing it on a lunging surface, so he can just kind of go and do his own thing. I think that, there we go. And this way he can kind of check everything out on his own. That might be a little loud, I turned it up. And then you don't have to be attached to him to let him do that. So it also helps keep his bravery, but you can also be there as a guide. Good. Get the snake under there. Oh, not this one. He's hearing the feedback from the... I can't drag the arena probably till Sunday because it's just too wet to even get my machine in here. So, unfortunately, we'll deal with the exposed rocks in the grass. So what I'd love to see change, and you'll probably be able to see it on the video, is you seem nervous about trying to even guide him away from you. So what I would love to just, like, he can be out there, okay, and then just send him, like, fly him like a kite to that. You know what I mean? So that way, instead of like kind of guiding him, like, please get away from me, just kind of send him out. You know what I mean? Just have kind of the confidence that you don't need to be near me. Go look at that barrel. Yep. Yeah, your body language is way better. And then, you know, direct his nose, send him somewhere else. Just plan on sending him somewhere. Okay, so that's him expressing confusion on something that you were trying to tell him. Or like, I don't know if I should just be standing here, so So he'll probably do that when he's confused or when he doesn't think he's like this. So he doesn't know what he's supposed to do right now. He's actually not being bad. He doesn't know how to keep his feet still, and he doesn't understand that could be a test. You know what I mean? Or like a game, you need to stand still. Like, he doesn't get that. So then he's like, if I'm standing still and she's still standing there, I must be supposed to be doing something. Yeah. So he's just trying to find something to do.
And then I try to get in front of him, and then
he keeps coming. Right. But and in that case, he's not doing it dominantly. In that case, he actually is trying to say, I'm supposed to do something, I think.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to get in front of him to back him up and move him out of my seat, and then I try to back him up this way, and then all right, so yesterday we worked on it, we got it, backed up eventually. I know it will.
Yeah, and especially when they're really distracted, I like to, kind of say, I give them the benefit of the doubt that they're listening, and then when they don't listen and they're that distracted, I don't want to be in a dangerous situation. So I'll actually kind of snap them out of it right away, so that way I can avoid them suddenly, oh, you know what, that over there was kind of scary, and I'm going to run on top of you. This way you get their focus right on you as fast as you can. So, yeah. So in a case like him coming sideways out of confusion, just step off his shoulder and be like, no, no, and drive his rib cage away. But try to do it politely, because he's doing something because he thinks he's supposed to.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you go, no, 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 that's not what I want. And if he keeps coming or comes faster, which will happen too, he'll be like, oh, I'm not coming fast enough. Then that's when you can kind of give him a little hit with the popper on the rope, just at the ribs, just behind where the saddle is, to say, hey, you're not listening. It's kind of like one of those shaking and saying, listen. Okay, but only if he comes faster. But you want to politely say, no, that's not what I'm looking for. And then when it doesn't stop, or he doesn't go the opposite direction, because that's, truthfully, by saying that's not what I'm looking for, you're not just trying to stop him, you're actually saying go the other way, if anything.
No.
So there, now tell him to move your ribs away. Like, no, no, that's not what I was saying. Yep. Yep. So still, you can go ahead and drive his rib cage away. Just be like, hey, you need to be listening. Yep. Okay. So let me see if I can set that up, and I'll show you. I'm just going to set it up, see if he'll do it for me. So I'm just going to kind of act like, should you be doing something? I don't know. You should be doing something. And then I'm going to politely tell him, but that's not what I want you to do. So, like, if he just stands here politely, I'm not going to obviously do it, but I'm trying to mimic maybe how he would become confused. So perhaps just, like, standing here, like, us talking now, he's going to be like, I don't know, and I guess because we keep looking back at him, so he's like, I don't know, I'm supposed to be doing something? So, like, okay, so here. And the reason I got loud right away was because he was coming with some velocity. Had he just been like, I think I'm supposed to, I would have said, no, 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 that's wrong. But because he came that quickly, do what you gotta do to get him off you. So he's doing his, I'm thinking about biting. So this would be the polite time to say, no, no, that's not what I asked for. No, no. That's not what I asked for. No, no. And now I'm looking for a yield, because that's what I was asking for. So I'm going to say, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Because he has to know the difference between this means come over and don't come over. But when they do it, it's their way of saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Whether it's, I don't know what you're saying, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm standing here and I don't know if I'm supposed to be standing here. But if I was to ask for the over, I would want it. Politely. Stop. You're fine. So I can even say, oh, that's far enough. So you see how I stopped him from coming anymore? Yep. And he's nice and itchy today, so we can tell him how good he is today. So let's see if he accidentally does it again, thinking, oh, I'm not supposed to move my feet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because if I look at him, he'll be like, okay, I think I'm supposed to do something. So now his brain's kind of going, I don't know if I'm just supposed to look around. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So then he'll get himself nervous enough to go, okay, maybe she wants me to do that. And I'll say, no, 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 wrong answer. It's okay. It's teaching. He's actually a pretty cool sense of humor. Right? What a good job. See, I'm not doing anything but moving me. So wrong answer. Good job. He's like, okay, good, finally. answer. Now, I was loud with my energy, but I didn't touch him. So now I'm going to say, there. Okay, so we want to have an attitude about it. That's okay. Say, you don't really understand me? You sure? Because you sort of know that. So I'm going to ask for that again because he has such an attitude attached to it for no reason. It was because he was mad because I made him wrong for what he thought he was supposed to be doing. So I'm just going to say, but wait. No. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask him again because he got himself jumbled up again after he does that.
I'm really scared.
Your brain off of it? Okay, wait. So I'm going to ask for the high yield. Good. Don't come into me. Good. So I'm going to tell his nose to go that way. Good. But not on top of me. We're going to go that way. Follow your nose. Nope. Listen. So I'm going to say wrong. Go that way. Follow your nose. Thank you. So, like, I'll just go with a plan. Say, how about you look at that barrel? And I'm going to tell him to. I'm going to say, I got a plan. Nope, that's not my plan. Because he's coming with velocity is why he's getting me loud. I wouldn't be loud if he was just offering. I'm gently trying to say, nope, turn your nose. Turn your nose. Nope. So I'm having an argument only out of his own confusion. That's okay. Like, I'm not mad at him for this argument because he's really trying and he's pissed off that it's not what I want. Good. See how hard that was? That was all I wanted. There's one, it's probably a rotted handle, but it's, see it against that brown bucket? Wait. Good job. That's nice. Your nose down. You don't know what I want yet, so wait. I want you to put your nose on that. I know, but you have to wait. So you can't be like, please help me. You can't act like that if you're not going to listen to the help. Listen. No, get off me. No. Listen. Yep. Listen. Nope. Take it down a notch. Here. Get yourself twirled up here. There you go. Look. Head down. Head down. Nope. Listen. Listen to me. You got this. There you go. Yep. Put your head down. Good boy. You gotta learn to quit having such temper tantrums. Melt down. Look, just look at it. Wait, stop. I know. Okay, I'm gonna help you. Ready? Head down. Yep. See how hard was that? Very. What's that, barrel? Watch me. We've been playing this game. Maybe there's something to it. Put your nose. There you go. Go that way now. You're okay. Stop being so reactive. Go. Okay, a little feedback close to it. Oh, at you having a temper tantrum. Get out there. Thank you. So the twirling of the head is like anxiety on steroids, okay? So that's always a really good thing to look for. Goodness gracious. Now. Probably didn't get that. Wait. Wait. I'll be happy with that. Sorry, bud. I really feel bad about that. It's like kind of a half size there. Sorry. I know. Should be a half size. Stop now. Fine. Stop now. You're fine. Oh boy, see, I'm not tight anymore. I'm sorry. I wish I had a half size. I don't. It's either loose or tight. So my choices. I have to change these stirrups because they're like kid stirrups, or they're actually just small. And if I use the saddle as much as I'm using, I change them for kids. I change the stirrup leathers for kids so they get real short. Not really that good for me. Alright. So he's got himself pretty spun out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him up here above the mounting block, and I'm going to go ahead. Well, I can even do it right here. I'm going to ask him for the canter. I'm going to take him up there because I feel like there's a little bit of feedback down there. And the reason I'm going to ask him for the canter is because I got to get a little fire out of his feet. So anytime that you see that they've got too much fire in their feet, the canter will help him. And now he'll probably spin his head around. And when he spins his head around, that's your way of knowing how high on adrenaline he is, or how high up in his anxiety he is. So that was a half-hearted clock, if that's all he's got. Anybody can sit on that? He doesn't like going this direction today for some reason. There we go. Cross firing. Change it. There you go. Well, good. Alright. You make me dizzy, little horse. I don't know what it is about you, but you do make me dizzy. Back up. Back up. You found something on the ground here I want to look at. Seriously? Now, I don't need to have all that reaction stuff. Here. Your saddle finally pinched you. Come here. Come on, do something you know. Stop. It's like, oh, this is base. I like this spot. I get what I'm supposed to do. I get a rest. I'm not so scared. I am asking for a little mercy, because I really am kind of scared about the whole thing. And there's my shadow. Oh my God. So for whatever reason, the saddle just pinched him, and he decided, oh, wait a minute. There you go. Good job. What a good boy. Oh, so I want to reward that, because that was something we worked on in the very beginning, because we were trying to help him develop a top line. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. So, you're close enough. You're close enough. So you see I bent his nose towards me and then poked in his ribs. So the only thing he would be able to do is actually swing away from me. instead of if he put his head that way, his ribs could still keep coming over on top of me. Oh, he's like, I like this place right here. I know what to do here. So he's a little more alert today than he was last night, and I'm going to say it's because he's out here alone. Because the other horses last night, you know, were rambling around here, and he could still see Jasper, and never got in my face. Had a cool little thing. Anytime they do it really good, I'm always like, I taught him that. So by doing a couple of these specifically is going to help him realize there is a plan out here. I'm not just like trying to scare him in someplace crazy to figure out. I am here to provide some kind of guidance and comfort. Off. Listen to me. What? I saw a big truck too, but is he going to come this way? I doubt it. Nope, he went. I don't even know where he went. Oh, he is coming this way. Look, there he is. There he is. You missed it. Alright, you going to over that then? I think so. Alright. So, truthfully, this isn't a I'm ready to be ridden horse right yet. So, like, if I was saying, oh, I'm gauging whether or not I would ride this horse right now, I wouldn't ride a horse that's kind of doing his own thing. But I love that, because I was doing a put your nose on it game. And he just stopped and asked, am I supposed to put my nose on that? So that was pretty cool, so I'm actually going to do it because he asked. Oh boy, you're right. You are supposed to do that this time. Good job. That was cool too. I wanted to give him the time to explore it, as well as give him that confidence of, I'm doing something I know I was told to do. Notice he changed a little bit after that. That's more a rideable horse. Can he get himself spun back up? Sure. You sure could, huh? But he's much more rideable in the last 3 seconds than he was a minute ago. This little guy. Oh, where am I? I'm not over there. Nope. Nope. So again, when it's a safety issue, you get as loud as you have to. Because if he came any further over on me, he would have knocked me off, and if I fell down, he could have stepped on me, you know. So we got to think of all those things. For safety reasons, you can get as loud as you have to. So I'm going to tell him again. And then once you've had to tell him, you reward him for doing the right thing, so he knows that you were just trying to communicate and you had to yell at him, that's all. There we go, what a good guy. I didn't tell you to leave. I didn't tell you to leave. Okay. So, now his bravery is going to be kind of on him. So, he was much braver yesterday than he's being right now. So I would go right ahead and find something for him to do. So, for example, we already did something. He understood that game, so I'm going to take him up to this barrel and ask him to put his nose on this barrel. So I'm going to give him something to do, because right now his breathing changed. And he said, well, I don't know about being on the only one doing this now. I'm going to say, hey, remember this game? Cool, let's go look at this one now. Say, remember this game? Good. And then I'm going to go look at another one. I might be careful coming down close to that amplifier thing there, because if the feedback gets worse, I have to turn away. Don't need a squealing thing to cause me to get bucked off. Okay. So the other one. So I've given him something to do with his mind, because because I did it beforehand, I have something that I can go to as a, remember we did this kind of thing. You're right. Now I have a plan. I'm not going to back out of my plan until he does what I ask. So he's thinking about rearing. We're going to just say, nope, we're not going to rear. We're going to go forward and we're going to do this game. I know, but remember we did this game. Yep, there. So let's go look at that one you wanted to look at. Look at this one. Good. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go look at something else. So the mounting block is a little hard for him to look at, because I think he just associated that with a job. So I'm going to go ahead and spin him around to this side of it. Say, how about you look at that? I had to help him before, asking him to put his head down. Head down. Isn't that cool? That's not cool. Don't do that. I give you your head, you have to be good. Isn't it cool to be able to just say, put your head down, please? I'd like you to look at that. The thing that's scaring you. Here, put your head down. Good. But see, if I'm going to keep asking, stop. If I'm going to ask you to put your head down, and you're going to have a little conniption fit, we're not going to do that. So I am starting to have my debate, is this just a walking ride today? Might be. Every time I give him his head, he tells me I'm thinking about being a little stupid. So I gotta be careful with, my plans do change as I go, but I gotta be careful with how much I push him in an environment I want him to try down. That he wouldn't take his eye off whatever he was looking at, but he put his nose on the side, like he touched it with the side of his nose, like, I'm doing it, but I'm still looking over there. It's important, too, in the beginning phases of riding them, especially someplace new, to not sit too quiet for too long in terms of contact with them. Because if all of a sudden I've been sitting like, first of all, that's going to scare the crap out of him too. But if I was to sit all quiet, just be like, we're just going to get through this. We're going to survive. And then I touch him, I could cause him to blow right up in the air. So you want to make sure that you really kind of overstimulate them in any new environment. Like, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. And then you can go quiet for a little while. I mean, obviously I continue to talk, so by talking, I'm keeping him aware of my presence here. If I was suddenly to get really, really quiet and then all of a sudden start talking, I could send him into a run or a big blow up. If I suddenly touch him when I haven't been touching him for the last 5 minutes, that could cause a problem. So you got to just kind of be aware of, we're here together, bud. We're here together. I know it's scary. We're doing this together. Yeah. You want to try? We can try. He offers to try, so I might take it if he offers again. Guy. So I'm kind of like giving him the motivation to offer the trot, even though you know, I'd always prefer they only do it when they're cued to do it, but right now this is a confidence thing. So if he can do it without needing to be cued because he's confident enough to do it. Because I'm not, if he were to trot right now, I would not see that as a lack of confidence and fire in his feet. I would see that as, ooh, could I try that? Like as a test for himself. So I wouldn't push it and I wouldn't discourage it. I would never take fire out of his feet unless he's dangerous, and then I'd shut him down. But I want him to explore what he's allowed to do out here. So he's not necessarily gate sour. He's looking for his buddies. He does know that horses hang out over there, so he is familiar with that particular spot. Now, if he were to suddenly trot now, it could be anxiety because he's going away from the gate. He's going away from where he thinks he wants to be. But right now, if I trotted, I wouldn't think anything of it. I might get faster towards the gate, which is where I would probably ask for a walk, because he's going to want to say, how about we walk? How about we stop there? But no, not yet. Wait, not yet. So we have a little argument. Okay. You can't get mad about all that kind of stuff. You just got to say, I know you have your own desires, and I'm cool with that too, and we'll get to that. But can we do this first? You know? So I know he wants to go to the gate, and I know that he wanted to have that conversation. But I'm not going to make him wrong for that. I want him to have his own voice. I want him to tell me what he wants. So if we are ever in trouble, like the other day, actually yesterday, he told me there was a problem. The horse Jasper was put out in the wrong paddock. And I didn't know it. It was, after I had gone in and he had been ridden, and then he was put out in the wrong paddock. And when he was put in the wrong paddock, I'm assuming, I hope, they dealt with it. The horses, they were over a fence from each other. But when he heard my voice at 3:30 in the morning, he called out. And I was like, that's weird, because he doesn't normally talk to me in the morning. So I already knew right off the bat. Charlie said, there's a problem over here. And if you give them a voice, they'll always tell you when there's a problem, even something that's really concerning them more than it's concerning you guys. But I thought that was really cool, because my horses have always, I had my 2 ponies tell me there was a coyote with them, herding them into a corner. My ponies don't normally, I was doing water tubs, I was outside with them, and all of a sudden my little pony, Hunter, started screaming, but just like to alert me, not like anything was happening to him. And it turned out there was a coyote in their paddock with them, herding them into a corner. And had he not alerted me to that, I would not have known. So I love that my horses try to talk to me in whatever way they think they can. And I always listen, so they know that they can try, at least. So now I'm going to go ahead and give them a little more to do than just changing directions. I'm going to say, how about we go around this barrel, go to this barrel. I'm going to just have plans. I don't think anybody, myself, or most riding people, enjoy just doing aimless rail work. So if you don't enjoy it, imagine how your horse feels. If you're working on maneuvers or head carriages or sideways things, you can find all of that to do by creating patterns in your arena, giving them something to do, keeping it interesting. Tell them, no, we're not stopping. Now I can start telling him about steering with your body, and then straighten my body, tell my head where I'm going, now my shoulders where I'm going. I have to support with my rein because he's a little strong-willed about the gate area. Straighten out my body. He should go straight. Turn where I'm going. Turn my body. Now he's getting it. See if he gets it. Good. Now, away from the gate, do we have it? Oh, a little support. Now he's got it. See if he's still got it. I'm sure if you saw my face, you'd be laughing. I'm going to go on the inside of it. I'm holding my hands like that just to show I'm not actually steering. that I have to help now. So I'm gonna just like milking a cow. But if you're gonna take your head from me, we're gonna. So he's decided that this isn't really all that much fun. But it's because I've changed something. I've changed the way I feel on his body. I'm asking him to listen to something. And now he's like, I don't really know what that is. You're kind of making me nervous. So that's why he's decided he's confused about it, and that's how he's telling me. Oh, it's a beagle. What the heck is that? A beagle doing his job, letting you know that something is there. People get beagles and then they complain that they bark. That's their job. That's what they're bred to do. Hence, why not owning a beagle? They're kind of nice dogs, but their job is to bark. So I am bumping him to say, hey, I hear it too. You want to listen? Stop. Maybe bark some more. He stopped. So again, something new. I'm going to pet him, let him know that I'm still up here. He's thinking about being naughty right now. He steps out of it. Good. Okay. I'm going to take it. I didn't ask for it. I'm going to take it. Like I said, anytime they offer something like that, they're just testing it out. They're not, he didn't do that to run away with me. He did that to see what he's allowed to do. Now he's being naughty. He canters again. I'm going to take it again. Big trot. So I'm going to ask him to slow that big trot down. But you have to stay trotting. So I'm going to work on transitions within a gait. So, easy. So you're going to learn the word easy now. Good. Good. Torture him a little bit by the gate here. Good. Good. Easy. Easy. Good. I'm going to give him a definition to the word easy. I'm going to let him stretch out again. I'm going to ask him, easy that. Good. Good. I'm going to stretch out again. You can canter if he wants to. And I'm going to ask him to trot. Don't trip. I'm going to trip. And I'm going to easy. Easy. Let's stay trotting. Good. Good. Easy him up this way. Good. Oh. I pick the moments that they are most responsive to what I'm asking for, and most cooperative and most connected, and that's when I quit. So I specifically went up that line, had not asked him to go up that line at all, and I specifically asked for a speed that I wanted. I told him to do it. He responded properly. That's a quitting point for me. I'm gonna make him mad by tightening it to loosen it. I wish there was another way, bud. Good guy. And the more you stop they're being really good, the more they stop having moments of, well, if I gotta invent my own game, I'm gonna invent a game that's kind of fun and I'd like to see you on the ground. Like, we play those games. Good. Good job. I know. Stand still. Oh, there you go. So, the only reason I'm not going to have you walk him out here is because I really do feel that he ended on an awesome note. And since he's still new out here, just didn't want you to think like I totally cheated you.
No, I don't feel.
But you can play with him if you want. Yeah, considering he had so much lack of confidence when he first came out. He's like, I'm by the mountain block. I think I'm supposed to do a mountain block thing. But his lack of confidence when he came out and then being able to get himself to that point to where, without question, I asked for something, he responded properly. You can't really not like that. You're like, okay, time for me to get nervous. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. Oh boy.
It is okay. Don't ruin it. Now, if everything stayed working, yeah.